Chiamo sul palco Riccardo Vola.
I would like to call on stage Riccardo Vola, the General Manager for Italy and Spain of Zalando.
Eccoci qua.
Here we are.
Qua vediamo anche I numeri del...
And we can see the figures of the group, which is 10 billion turnover in 2022. Let's start from these figures. Can you tell us something about Zalando? I know that you've published the 9-month results very recently. For those who do not know Zalando, Zalando is a fashion beauty accessory online platform, 10 billion turnover, as you said. It's a young company which was founded in 2008. We're based in Berlin. We're present in Europe in 25 countries, and we reach out to more than 15 million consumers. We've published our results for the first 9 months of 2023. This is not an easy moment. If we take a look at the 9 months, we have a minus 0.4% on the total of all transactions on the platform. So a flat growth, but we've mainly focused on profitability, which has more than doubled over 2021. Did you go back to the results of 2021? No, it wasn't such a boom, but in the Q3 we had a plus 60% over the Q3 of 2022. We're expecting a profit which is by 60-90% over the results of the previous year, so 3 points of marginality, right? Yes. And what is happening in e-commerce? Of course, you have a privileged point of view on this sector because, as we all know, there's been a lockdown and then a boom with a rebounding and then the new normal. What's the new normal for you? Well, as I've heard somebody say before, well, for 2 years, we were able to see a rebounding, and then today, this rebounding is stopping. So this is 2023 for us. If we look at the future, we think that growth will go back in the world of e-commerce, but in a different world. We're expecting consumers to expect something else. They've become more sophisticated. Expectations have changed. Their level of sophistication has changed in the last 3-4 years. What do you mean by that? What's your focus? And how do consumers behave online today? Well, if we think about consumers, we can see that 3 dimensions are extremely important. First of all, inspiration. Secondly, creating a more customized and experiential purchasing experience. Thirdly, there's the element of localization. Now, let's start from inspiration. We know that 7% of Gen Z customers think that the inspiration moment is the moment when they decide what to buy and what not to buy. So inspiration is extremely important. We acquired Next Mobile 2 years ago, and we've just launched on our app a section which is devoted to storytelling. It's called The Stories, and we took inspiration from the visual language of the world of social media. So it's a media native from Instagram that you've acquired, right? Yes, it's based in Berlin, and it also organizes communication campaigns, advertising campaigns for other brands. So there are exclusive trend stories, current trend stories. You can scroll left or right, watch the story, and for each story there are products which are associated to the story and that you can buy. So we're not talking about an e-commerce based on convenience and discounts. We're talking about inspiration. Yes, it is a moment of transition from the past. So products were easy to buy and easy to view online, but this was in the past. Today, sales are based on inspiration. And we have also added to the design section of Zalando some prestigious luxury brands. And so we have a better quality experience for the customer, for brands. We have this section which allows brands, luxury brands, to communicate better, tell their own stories better, communicate about their products, and so on and so forth. So we also tried to create a more customized, digitalized experience, helping customers to make their choices. And for example, there is a problem in the world of commerce which is related to sizes and fitting clothes. And 1/3 of the returned items in Italy are returned due to lack of fitting and wrong size. This has a cost because you need to go to the post office, you need to go to the carrier's office to leave the product. And this is a problem for customers. And today on Zalando, you can do this. I can give information to the platform because, for example, I can now take a picture of an item that I have in my wardrobe and tell them the brand and the size of the item, and Zalando will give you suggestions about sizes and fitting. And there is this initiative which is called the Virtual Changing Room. And this is a pilot project. I can insert the information about my height and weight and the size, and I can create an avatar. And the app will show me which size is best for me, which is the fitting, and then I can decide which item is best for me and for my body. And then there's also the opportunity to take a picture of yourself using your smartphone, and the Zalando app can use this picture to infer your size and suggest the right size for you. So the final goal is taking a picture with your smartphone, create your avatar based on the size and the shape of your body. And this will make it easier for the customer to choose the right size, and this will reduce the costs of returns. Wow! And another innovation that we've just introduced, allowing to customize the purchasing experience, is our use of ChatGPT. This is a project that we've implemented in Germany, Austria, and England, and it'll get to Italy too. The consumer can speak to a virtual shop assistant, and the consumer can tell the virtual shop assistant, for example, I'll go on holiday in Sardinia next week, and I'll be staying in this hotel. What are your suggestions for me? And the virtual shop assistant, according to the information that you've just provided, can suggest some items to buy on Zalando. You can also say, well, I don't really like this style, these brands, I want Italian brands, and the shop assistant will change its suggestions according to your preferences. You can also say, I really like the style of that celebrity visiting Sardinia last week. Can you give me some suggestions to look like him or her? Well, these are the products that we are developing. This is technological innovation, which is important for us because it improves the customer experience. So this is also part of inspiration because you're helping the customers choose. Yes, we're helping the customer choose, order, experience our products. And there's another important factor here, because we're talking about moving from quantity to quality and privilege quality over quantity. How do you do that? You do that by customizing and localizing your suggestions. Yes, that's what you were saying before. Yes, on Zalando, there is an assortment of Italian, made in Italy fashion items, and it has certain characteristics, which are the same characteristics of made in Italy. If you take a look at Zalando in Northern European countries, there are localized sections. In France, we've just launched an exclusive collaboration with Lacoste. So all experiences are localized and customized to better meet the customer's needs. We've also worked on advertising and communication. Last summer, we started a project with some beach resorts in Sardinia, Sicily, and Puglia, and we brought brands to the beach through games like Crosswords, and our idea was getting closer to the Italian consumers. For us, it was important to sit down with our customers and get their feedbacks and comments on our activity. We believe that these initiatives are very important for our future. And some months ago, in March, here in Milan, in a partnership with the National Chamber of Fashion, we've launched a very important event which has established closed relations with luxury brands, with luxury makers, and we want to show brands that were closed, that we want to help them to tell their stories in the best way and provide what they need. Now, what is the weighting of Zalando in Europe, Asia, and America? As Zalando, we are active in 25 European countries, 100% of them in Europe. So this is a specific choice of focusing on European markets. And we believe that there is a lot of potential of growth in Europe. So you're not planning to extend your activity to other continents, right? No, not to other continents. And in terms of retail, Are you thinking about physical touch points? And did you do it in the past? Are you planning to do that in the future? Well, this is something which is not part of our plans. Sometimes we do have some activating events like the one that I've just described on the beach resorts, but they're marketing and advertising events, not product distribution initiatives. You were talking about the potential of growth in Europe. According to your data, what is the share of e-commerce in Europe over the total of sales in the luxury sector? Luxury segment, sorry. Well, there are several sources of data according to different estimates. There is a potential of 20, 30, 35% potential in the market on the online channel. Of course, this changes according to countries. In Northern Europe, the growth expectations are higher. In Southern Europe, there is a 20-30% growth potential, including proprietary sites, single brand and multi-brand platforms. So between 20 and 35%, right? Yes, but we believe this will continue to grow. And in order to help brands grow, we've launched the Zeus, an important name, service, which is an offer, which is a proposal for logistics, allowing brands to send products to our warehouses, as we've always done, and then sell these products not only on the Zalando platform, but also on other online platforms, and they're distributed by the same logistics networks. So you have just one stock, which is not segmented into several logistics points. Wow, so this is a very optimistic message. Talking about Europe, which is your area of focus and is also the area of focus of other Italian companies, you have an expectation of growth of 30-40%, but you're expecting more growth in the next years, right? Yes, absolutely yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.